today we had a celebration of Bridget. The sit and stitch was carried out during the week in various spots around Portarlington. The Green Hub organised that. We just invited the community to come and sit and stitch with us and to learn about the Black Free initiative and also to learn about the Green Hub initiative. It was fantastic because a lot of the businesses in the town got on board. We had them in restaurants and coffee shops, and we just invited the community to come and sit and stitch with us. And it's great because it was all different ages and boys and girls. It was brilliant.
It's a great pastime to kind of do something, recycle old scarves, make use of what you have rather than buying something new, and kind of giving it a new lease of life.
This project is, building awareness around reducing waste, and what better way to get people engaged with it and to come around and meet the group, one of the groups that are behind the initiative, and just raise awareness around the importance of sustainability and reducing your reuse, not just recycling, but reusing wherever possible.
This evening is the eve of Bridget's Day. Traditionally, you would leave your brath, which is Bridget's cloak, and we have them all hanging here on the trees. And we had a healing ceremony for the community, and we have some storytelling now by the fire.
So we're here tonight for Bullock, the gathering. It's the night before St. Bridget's Day, which is tomorrow. And it was just to bring everybody together in the town, a sort of a spiritual healing kind of event that we had. We did a cacao ceremony, which was lovely. We did meditations and we set intentions, and just very sort of just connecting with yourself and sort of celebrating the spirit of St. Bridget the night before her festival day.
We've also got an altar here, which is for people to sit and think about, good intentions. It's not religious based, it's open to everybody. And for this event, the Green Hub got involved and tried to make sure that it was as low impact on the environment as it could be. And we think it could be the first event that has had no disposable cups. You have to take your own rubbish home with you, but there's no vendors here, there's no alcohol here, and everybody is just in such a happy, calm and relaxed mood and ready to celebrate tomorrow St. Bridget's Day.
Hi, my name is Ramakrishnan, also known as Bubble Lock. I do specialize in locking. It's a style from old 70s, 80s, even before that, but it got popular around that time. I learned locking for the past 10, 12 years. I specialize in it, but I also learn different styles just to improve my locking. What I like most about Portarlington is everything. First thing about people, they encourage each and every one. And there are so many aspects of good things about the town, the positive energy all around. Our Portarlington Green Hub is an initiative done by Nora in one of the Portal Collective meetings when she spoke about that, motivating people, how they can do the emphasis on the 3R, which is the recycle, reduce and reuse concept. That is very, very beautiful. And when she spoke about this in the meeting, I was like, okay, this can be a step for me to inspire with my artwork, and that's how I brought in my theater skills. This is our very first theater performance, and it's about 9 minutes. For a street dancer to do it like 9 minutes is something so different, because we usually just go 1 minute and that will be fire, and then doing that fire for the whole 9 minutes is a challenge, and I wanted to try that. So one thing that we worked on is our costumes, very big aspect of this performance, because we emphasized on recycled and upcycled costumes. We approached Georgiana and she's a very good artist. She does very beautiful stuff with the costumes. And I got some clothes from Eamon and Bracken, and they were so generous to give us the clothes that were supposed to be thrown out. Then we created beautiful costumes out of it.
Hi, my name is Mary Slevin. I work here in Mount Henry Art Studio, and I like to mess with textiles. I can be an oil painter at some stages, and if I'm outside, if I'm doing a bit doing plein air, which I do during the summer, I would usually paint in oils. But in the studio, I sometimes work on acrylics. Then I give some courses. I do workshops with a lot of special needs, and I enjoyed that, and I go into schools. It's a nice challenge to bring somebody else's creativity out, to help them create art. I thought it could be very interesting to use these as the backbone and then to enhance it with some materials that I picked up locally from Pat Cooper and Fletcher's, and to build a fun character. I think having the art collective is huge because artists are very much on their own, and we really need the stimulation of other artists. It's just our nature. We work by ourselves, we create on our own, and then we can get lost there. Where when we have a group, we get people's opinions, ideas, they build confidence in you to have other people, and it's lovely to talk to somebody that thinks the same way as yourself.
My name is Kellyanne Highland. I've been living in these parts for about 17 years. I grew up in New York. I met my husband over here on one of my trips. I have been making jewelry for over 20 years. I went down the road of upcycling pieces to recreate different designs. And my husband, who could turn his hand at anything, and he welds an awful lot of things. And when this project came about, I said that we would do a collaboration with my ideas and his craftsmanship. And we came up with this idea because we got the excess of some of the pieces from Stair Lift Plus, and this is what we started to create. We had all the pieces. We loved the different shapes of everything, and we kind of wanted to keep it as original as possible. So we took all the pieces that we had, and we loved to keep it the shape of the stair lifts, so you could tell of what it was, with imagination, of course. The green hub is such a great idea. I think it would give some inspiration for people to realize what could be recreated with certain things that people are going to throw out, you know, and they don't really have to be thrown out, they're created, you know, and this is what, you know, it's all about, really, isn't it? You know, just putting all the excess junk, as other people would think, and turning it into art.
I'm Beta França. I was born in Brazil, came to Ireland in 2000, and have been living in Portarlington since 2001. Back in Brazil, I graduated in architecture and did a few years in fine arts as well, but mostly I worked as a graphic designer and illustrator. There's the Green Hub Portarlington, another great initiative, using the universal language of art to create awareness around different issues connected to sustainability, like waste management. So here we are with the gargoyles, our gargoyles of love, our local protectors against waste. A great concept to which I'm proud to contribute by giving birth to one in the first little crowd of protectors. The great idea in this project, I think, is that each artist teams up with a local business to create this arty creature using their waste as material. I'm paired with Terry Higgins Builders, working with construction waste. I'm using sewage pipes and a fireplace guard screen, as well as about 300 tea light aluminum holders to create a dragon. The pipes make the structure of the body, the fireplace guard makes the wings, and the tea light holders make the scales. The candle holders had to be cleaned, folded by hand, then flattened, glued, and screwed to the body one by one, or else sewed with wire to the wings and the tongue.
My name is Adam. I've been creating artworks on the alias ADW since 2008. My background is in animation and computer animation, which led me to a job in a computer games company in the UK, and then onto an architectural modelling firm. I began to get bored and disillusioned creating my artworks in the digital world, but the opportunity to spread my creative wings came after the economic crash in 2008, when I lost my job, but found my new passion, stencils and spray paint. Since then, I've had 4 successful solo exhibitions. I've been involved in numerous group shows, as well as painting murals all over the country. I love creating my own artworks, but I also love working on commission projects, and was very excited when Nora approached me about the Green Hub initiative and the Gargoyle project, which I think is a brilliant scheme that gets local businesses and artists thinking differently about waste. Wanting to paint on a large canvas, I approached Matt's garage here in Portarlington, and he kindly let me have a rummage in his scrapyard of cars, and I found lovely bonnet of a BMW. The gargoyle I designed is of a lion's head that reflects the Laois coat of arms, along with other elements that help tell the story of the Green Hub project.
So my name is Veronique Canning. I live in Portarlington for the past 12 years. I decided after retiring that I wanted to give back to the community. So I engaged with some people of the Port Art Collective and started to do different kind of things, crafty things, because my aim is to revive traditional skills. My personal, favorite is spinning and then weaving, and use the local resources as much as possible. So we're privileged to have an alpaca farm around the corner. That's one of the things I love doing, get alpaca fibers and spin them and weave them then, or make garments by knitting, crocheting and different other mediums, then engage with the community about it. When I was approached in our local knitting group by a lovely girl that was helping the Ukrainian community settling in the town. She asked me if a few of the ladies could join our knitting group. Very quickly, those ladies proved that they were capable of a lot of nice crafting, nice ideas. They start to adopt the Irish ways, to understand Irish better as well, and they're happy to be with us. And they're happy to learn our way of life in Ireland. In that group, we aim to bring people together from diverse backgrounds in a friendly and in an inclusive way. When I heard about the Green Hub project and the project Nora had in mind about the gargoyles being the saviors of the town for the industrial waste, we arrived to the conclusion that we could help out and we could have a gargoyle made from what we had lying around. We used old jumpers that were given to us by people who discarded them. They were fit for the bin, and we unraveled them. We washed the yarn and we reknitted the yarn to make the gargoyle. Then to fill the gargoyle, we used old pillows fillings that were going to be discarded as well. And then we set the gargoyle into an alpaca fleece, because those fleeces would be burned if we were not using them. So our next door neighbor is Sekoto Coffee, and he's been absolutely fabulous by giving us some coffee bags. And the bags are going to be thrown out, so we adopt the bags and we decided to reuse them for the project.
My name's Geraldine Smith. I'm set up a business recently called Blue Way Basketry and Beyond. I specialise in making sculptures out of recycled materials and natural materials, woven materials. I do heritage crafts as well, so I do heritage basketry. My background is I was in England for a long time. I learned weaving there, and I'm a horticulturalist as well. I mostly woven natural materials to weave from that I collect, harvest sustainably from the local countryside. Then I look around for materials that I can use, recycled materials as well that I can use. The gargoyle, well, I knew I was going to use a kind of a wire frame. Inside there is a sweet jar. That's kind of the base substructure then for the metal mesh to go around, and rigidizing it with the bits of computers to make a solid frame then to attach other things to. It's attached by cable tires and bits of wire because it allows for flexibility and movement. And then on top of the frame, then after that is all plastic bottles, all the old spoons, well, that are plastic that people aren't using anymore now. Bits of old speaker, or old broken headphones, broken toys, broken torches, broken watches, old camera for your computer. This is made from broken umbrella. I thought to give definition, I put extra wire in to give it more rigidity, and then put the plastic cutlery from Sulis to emulate feathers on the sides with the forks. So I think the Green Hub is a brilliant initiative. I think it's really great. It's helping other artists to meet other artists as well, for a start, and to become aware, and then to meet up with the businesses that are local as well, and to see what waste is out there, and to make the businesses aware of what they've got that actually can be utilised by artists. And I think, well, we all definitely need people to organise us and bring us together, and I think that's what the Green Hub is doing, so I think they're fantastic.
Thank you.